In this podcast episode, the host interviews Bobby Conway, who is a pastor, speaker, and author. He shares his personal journey of growing up in California, struggling with anxiety and addiction, and eventually finding faith in Christianity. He talks about how he never heard the gospel until he was 19, and how his teammate took him to hear an evangelist named Greg Laurie, which resonated with him and led him to accept Jesus. Conway grew up in California and enjoyed a good childhood, but he also struggled with anxiety from a young age. He found himself turning to alcohol at the age of 15 to cope with his anxiety and worries. He also struggled with addiction and found himself in a dark place, feeling empty and lost. Conway's teammate took him to hear an evangelist named Greg Laurie, who spoke in a way that connected with Conway. He resonated with the message of Jesus and felt that through Christ, his guilt could be settled and he could find purpose in life. This experience led him to accept Jesus and start sharing his faith with others. After committing to Christianity, Conway went through a crisis of faith where he struggled with doubts and questions about his beliefs. He felt suffocated by the doctrinal list and the lack of exposure to alternative viewpoints. He grappled with questions about suffering, justice, and the validity of his faith. This led him to a dark period of depression and suicidal thoughts. Conway's journey through doubt and depression ultimately led him to a deeper understanding of his faith. He learned to live with unanswered questions and found that Christianity still made the most sense in light of other worldview options. He realized that doubts and questions were a natural part of faith and that being intellectually curious did not weaken his belief in God. Conway emphasizes the importance of authentic communication and vulnerability in sharing the message of Christianity. He believes in being fair and honest in presenting alternative viewpoints and addressing doubts. He also highlights the need for compassion and understanding in engaging with people who have different beliefs and experiences. Conway opens up about his struggles with mental health, including bouts of depression and anxiety. He shares how these challenges have affected his faith and how he has had to learn to live with unanswered questions. He emphasizes the need for patience and compassion in dealing with mental health issues and doubts in faith. Conway acknowledges the challenges faced by Christianity in the Western world, particularly in the United States. He highlights the theological and moral compromises that have affected the church, leading to a shift towards progressive Christianity and a departure from core doctrines. He also discusses the impact of social media on the church and the disillusionment with ministry leaders who have fallen out of grace. Conway delves into the impact of cancel culture on Christianity, emphasizing the fear and pressure to conform to societal norms. He discusses the need for the church to prepare for a wartime mentality and the importance of standing firm in the face of persecution. He also addresses the need to disciple the younger generation and provide them with a safe space within the church. Conway shares his insights on the future of Christianity, expressing hope for a potential revival and awakening within the church. He emphasizes the need for a new reformation and the importance of identifying the true bride of Christ amidst the cultural and moral challenges. He also discusses the role of grace-based living in contrast to the law-based living promoted by cancel culture. Conway presents a compelling case for the resilience of Christianity, citing the historical evidence of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. He emphasizes the significance of the resurrection in validating the core beliefs of Christianity, including the affirmation of the Old Testament and the promise of Jesus' second coming. He also discusses the impact of the resurrection on the present and future relevance of Christianity.